Hey y'all, so before I get this video started, let me give a quick shout out. These were the first 3 comments in my last video. If you want to be featured in my next video, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell and come show me some love when I drop a new video. What's up, you guys? It's KeAmber Vaughn, aka CoachKe, coming back to you with another video. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you're not new, welcome back. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and also tap the bell so that you are notified of every new video that I post. So as you guys can tell by the title of this video, it's time for me to do my first paycheck to paycheck budget for my July budget. My July budget goes from July 1st all the way through August 11th because I get paid every other Wednesday, and I like to start my budget on the first Wednesday in that month, and I like to end it right before the first Wednesday of the following month. So if you guys missed me putting my July budget together, I'm going to link that video up in the eye in the sky. Also, I won't be responding in the live premiere. Sorry, you guys, I'm sleeping right now as of when this video is airing because I have to work tonight. So my bad. Also, I'm thinking about changing my video scheduling from Monday, Wednesday, Friday to just Monday, Thursday. Let me know what y'all think about that. I don't think I'm getting burnt out, but I don't know. I just feel like my channel would be better off if I only posted twice a week. But you guys let me know. I don't know. Y'all let me know. So anyway, when I put this budget together, this was the monthly like paycheck to paycheck overview. So in the beginning of the month before I get paid, I like to kind of break down how each paycheck should go based on how much income I have, what are my fixed expenses, what are my variable expenses, and then I kind of like to compare and contrast like what I thought was going to happen and what actually did happen. So for this particular 2-week cycle, I had dental insurance and health insurance come out, and then I had my budgeted expenses as well of $448. That should last me the whole 2 weeks. So I did have someone comment, you guys, I'm still not back in the comment section yet, I apologize, but I did have someone comment asking me how come with the income that I have that I label my videos as low income because my income is higher than a lot of people's. Well, here's the deal. Just because it's higher than other people doesn't mean it's not low income. Number one, understand that I do only work part-time, only work 25 hours a week. Once you take away like 28 to 33% of that in taxes and then the very small couple $100 YouTube paycheck, I'm bringing in less than like $35,000 a year because I don't count my business income. I don't use my business income at all. So according to calculators online, based on my area, my income of $2,200 a month is low income. So that's why I do that because it is low income. So as far as my fixed expenses go, I have dental insurance. That was due on the 1st, and that did come out on the 1st. For $9.54. Then we have health insurance that came out on the 1st as well. That's one where I actually can't even put it on auto pay. Like I have no, oh, that's off center. I'm gonna move that a little bit. I don't know why I can't put that on auto pay. It's really driving me crazy. 165.22. And then whenever I do my categories, I always like to do an unbudgeted part just in case I forgot a fixed oh, you know what? I didn't even look, y'all. Oh, I'm looking at my recurring expenses page, and I don't have anything that's supposed to come out in July besides getting my taxes done, but I always take that out of my tax sinking fund anyway. All right, so my total fixed expense amount, y'all, I might have to do a story time on my first, well, not my, yeah, kind of like my first week and a half back at work, y'all. It's been a lot. They're so short-staffed. I don't know if people are out because they tested positive or because people are just like completely over just how stressful it is right now. When you're working in a psych facility and you're dealing with people with schizophrenia and people who have personality disorder, I mean, every kind of psych disorder you could possibly think of that is a behavioral type of disorder, and even some mental disorders as well, they are in that place. So when you have a bunch of people who are used to going out of the wards for leisure so many times a day, leaving the ward for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then, you know, being able to go to the canteen, which is it's almost set up almost like a concession stand. You know, they can get nachos and stuff like that, and they can go to the gym. They have bingo once a week or twice a week or something. They have all of these things, and then all of a sudden, for months on end, because this has been going on since, I believe, late March, they don't really get to leave the wards. Now some of the parts of the facility, I think some of them are able to kind of like get out and walk the campus sometimes. Most of the time, the ones who are able to walk on the campus, those are the ones that can actually walk without supervision. So they're able to get out, but the ones that are on the wards, they still are not able to leave the ward very often. They have way more privileges than they did before, but it's still not back to normal. So when you have those kind of like psychotic, like I'm talking like psychotic people, it could be a lot, you know, a lot of unnecessary fighting between each other. Why did I put no amount? Girl, talking. A lot of unnecessary fighting and just doing way too much, honey. Way too much. And my first couple of days back has just been a lot. When I worked this past Monday night, I had 36 patients to myself, clients. We call them clients, but a lot of people, when they hear clients on YouTube, it's like, what do you do? Patients. And having that many people, and I had 4 little small houses that house the 36 people, and it's not like mine were like literally right next to each other. I had what did I have? Yeah, I had one over here by itself. I had 2 over here next to each other, and then I had one all the way over there. So having to go between y'all, it was just, my back was on fire. I'm used to being done passing meds by like, I start at 7. I'm usually done by 7:45, 8 o'clock. I wasn't done until 9 o'clock, really 10:30, because I had people who wanted PRNs for sleep, you know, and it just, y'all, my spine felt like my vertebrae were just sitting on top of each other, like bone on bone contact. It was a lot. And that's why I usually don't work my 2 shifts in a row. And I give myself at least a day or so in between my shifts, because it's just too much sometimes, y'all. Like, I'm actually going to be doing a video this month. It's been on my board to do, of the pros and cons of psych nursing, because there's pros to it, but there are definitely cons. And I've talked about some of those in my videos before. But yeah, it's been a lot, y'all. Pray for me. Pray for my sanity. Okay, so because I've been talking through this, let me kind of go back a little bit. So my income for these first 2 weeks is $259.25. I basically got a $34.25 check from my job. That's like an hour and a half after taxes. And that was just for some online education. And then for my birthday, I got $225. So that's $259.25. Now, the way that I do my budget, if you are new to my channel, because I don't really go a lot into detail when I'm doing my own budget, I'm more so go into more detail when I do the mock budgets, which is why I forgot who that was that left the comment that said, I don't really understand it when you do your own budget, but I understand it more when you do the mock budgets. Well, that's because with the mock budgets, I go more in detail and I have more things. I don't have debt and stuff that I have to kind of maneuver through when I'm doing mock budgets. But anyway, basically, I like to think about my budget in sections. I like to think about what I need to keep in my checking for my everyday expenses and fixed expenses. How much money can I safely put towards my savings without having to, oh, I put too much in my savings, now I got to pull some back out to try to, you know, cover my everyday expenses. And then debt, I've been 100% debt free for 2 years now. If you missed that video, check that out. So I don't start putting money off for like my savings or anything until I have earned enough money to cover my fixed expenses or my threshold. My fixed expenses this month come up to $499.18. I live with my mother and my sister, and I don't have rent as of right now. So that's that. So with this check, I haven't earned enough to cover just my fixed expenses yet, which is why I'm going to keep all of my money in my checking account, and it won't be until my next paycheck that I'll actually put money into there. So my fixed expenses are the dental insurance, the health insurance. So the total for my fixed expenses is $174.76. So when I subtract that from what my total income is for the month so far, I have $84.49 remaining. From there, I take out my budgeted expenses, gas, groceries, all of that. I basically took the total amount that I budgeted for this long magic month 6-week budget, and I divided it into 3 because I have 3 paycheck cycles. Even though my check on the first was very small, it's still a payday for me. So after I take that out, of course, I have a negative amount remaining, which is why I keep such a large buffer in my checking account. I usually start my checking account at $4,000 every single month. Like I start my budget off that way, but I do have about $700 of rollover from basically April until now. I usually don't roll over, but because I hadn't been working since April, that's why I did that. So it's going to go back to normal in August. As far as savings go, I'm not projecting to save anything because, again, I haven't earned enough money for my fixed expenses. So what I like to do at the bottom is I like to create kind of like a little reconciliation part for my checking account. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I like to do this because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's very easy when you have so many, like I don't have a lot of fixed expenses, and sometimes I don't have a lot of variable expenses. It kind of just depends on the month. It depends on if I'm actually getting out of the house and trying to spend money. But when you have all of these different expenses coming out, it's so easy to overlook something. You could have some kind of small, minute, fraudulent things going on in your account where somebody's taking a couple dollars at a time and you're not really realizing because you're not reconciling your account. You might see something in there and you're like, oh, you know, I don't really remember what that was, but it was just $5. So, you know, whatever. I literally would never have anything like that happen to me and I not be able to find it very easily because I reconcile my account all the time. Even outside of doing the budget, I still check my account every couple of days, my credit card that I use, as well as my my bank account where I actually pay that bill, because you guys know I do all of my expenses on my credit card. I just check those accounts like every day, every couple of days max, just to make sure that there's nothing minute going on. So my beginning balance instead of $4,000 is $4735.01. Again, this amount is rollover. So I'm just going to go ahead and add in. Why did I put a plus sign? Y'all, I'm tripping. My income of $259.25. And I really honestly don't feel like doing math right now, so we're going to use the calculator, and this app is literally called the calculator. People love it because you can scroll back and forth, you can go back to the history, things you can't do with the regular iPhone calculator. At least you couldn't when I first got this phone and for as long as I've had iPhones. So my checking account should be at $49.94.26. So the next thing that I do is I subtract how much I'm going to put off. That's not my fixed expenses. Jesus. My fixed expenses are $174.76. My variable expenses are $448. And then I'm not projecting to put anything in my savings. So when I subtract these numbers out, that means that by the end of this budget, if I spend every single dime that I have written on this piece of paper, my checking account will be at $4371.50 before I get my next paycheck on the 16th. this is actually going to go to the 14th. That's my bad. So yeah, so that is my budget, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, feel free to leave them down below. Let me know what you guys think about a new schedule of Monday, Thursday instead of Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Just let me know what you guys want, because I'm trying to make sure that I give you guys the content that you want. But yeah, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.